Hello again, gang. KR King of D&D Homebrew here with a special midweek edition of my channel. I saw, like many other people, the new Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves trailer that went out today. I'd been hearing about this, and I saw it, and then I saw a lot of the reactions to it. I had my own as kind of the old school gamer who's, seen all the movies, the D&D movies, most of them bad. So I thought I'd go through the trailer, pause it on occasion, give my impressions of this, what I'm thinking and what I'm looking forward to when it's opening in March. All right, I stopped this. There's a little bit of a prelude thing here, and I stopped it here. We're at 5 seconds. This is where the actual trailer begins.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
Okay, so right away we see with this, the production values are really good. And, Hasbro went out, they hired obviously very good people with the stars. You see Chris Pine, we're going to see Michelle Rodriguez and some others. They've got good stars, good production. This is Game of Thrones level or beyond. The CGI on the Black Dragon, it did show it had acid coming out of it, although we saw some explosions there at the end. But so far, so good. We've got exotic locations. And we've got Chris Pine, who's a star and also has this sense of humor. As we'll see, he's a bard, and we sort of want that in a bard. Now, what's interesting is they say we are a team of thieves. They are not rogues. They are very clearly defined. If you look at their, Chris Pine is a bard, Michelle Rodriguez is a barbarian. We also have a sorcerer, a paladin, and a druid in this team of thieves, which I guess technically, since thieves hasn't been used since, I don't know, maybe the 3rd edition or whatever, this is correct. All right, back to the action.
Truth be told, we helped the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we...
Okay. So here we have the setup, the prelude to this or whatever. They obviously did a job. They did it for an evil person, and they are thieves, but clearly they have a conscience or whatever. The other thing that I will say about this, the minute I heard that Led Zeppelin song, Whole Lotta Love, come in, my heart went out, because this is the soundtrack. When we played D&D back in the 70s, we listened to this. In fact, one time I said to my sister, hey, have you heard about this guy, Fred Zeppelin? And she's like, Fred Zeppelin? You mean Led Zeppelin? And I'm like, all I know is he's great. So this really speaks to me. Okay, keep going.
We pull that off. Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
Again, the humor here of Chris Pine. We have this in the D&D setting of going to a tavern. These are thieves. I like this. It's not as, portentous or serious, whatever you want to say, of like the Game of Thrones style thing. It's not quite Guardians of the Galaxy, but you might compare it to that, whether you like that or not. But I like having a little of that in this. It's not tongue-in-cheek at all. I think when it needs to be serious, it's serious, but I like the sense of humor.
You need to give us a fighting chance. We're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
We also need courage, magic, and you. What is that again? It's an owl bear.
All right, a bunch of things here. They have the set. I like the fact that Michelle Rodriguez is the barbarian, total badass. We also have a paladin, sorcerer, and then we have the druid. Now, I've read people saying when the druid turns into an owlbear, how could this be? This isn't in terms of the, the wild shape thing. Look, 2 reasons. One, it's a movie, so they can just do whatever they want. They're not trying to play by the rules. 2, you could always have homebrewed situations where you had a druid with this. And then I'll add one more. It's a movie, okay? Again, so far we have our team. They are playing pretty much by them. I'm sure there's going to be modifications all through this because it's a film. But we do have the classic team, of player characters or of characters moving through this world to right a wrong that they created.
Be warned. There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
This one's dangerous.
I almost paused there on the Mimic classic monster. You also saw, just for a second, Hugh Grant, who actually does play a rogue. They go to the Underdark, and so far it looks like the CGI and the special effects are of a decent value to portray the Underdark and whatnot. Okay, and then I'm freezing on a little kid. This is a classic. Probably they have to help her or something. It's a D&D movie.
Whatever happens. We'll be ready.
And here again, as I said, the little kid, he's saying whatever happens, be ready. We saw a Displacer Beast. We saw a gelatinous cube. We also saw the Owlbear and this figure in red that's some kind of evil, probably evil mage or Vecna kind of thing or whatever, godlike creature. Didn't see any Mind Flayer, but that might be considered a little too after all the Stranger Things and whatnot. And then we have one little add-on here to point to the humor. Let's see that.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
All right, so there we have again the humor, the bard. We always make fun of bards for this. It kind of ties into that. Obviously, the writers know D&D, but we're willing to stretch it. So for me, as old school gamer guy, I am excited about this. I wasn't sure. I'd heard about it, but I thought, is this going to be another one of these crappy things? Because the problem with, just like Lord of the Rings when they tried to do it, if you don't have the budget, if you don't have the special effects, it never pulls off. This seems to combine that, to me, with a sense of humor, which I think is critical. So I'm going to give this multiple 4 if I had them thumbs up, with this caveat. Out in March, it still might suck, right? There's always that chance with movies. But so far, I'm very hopeful. I would love to hear your comments on this. What do you think? Have you seen the trailer? Do you have the same reaction, opposite reaction, whatever? And again, thanks for viewing this special midweek edition of my channel. And remember to keep playing D&D and tell somebody else about it.